Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 20 cut flower seeds that we are going to start using the winter sowing method. If you're not familiar with winter sowing, we use leftover milk jugs, plastic containers, anything that's clear or opaque that can act as a mini greenhouse. Fill it up with soil, add drainage holes, put our seeds in, and let Mother Nature do her work. This is an easier hands-off approach to starting seeds, and it's one that I've done for a few years now, and I've had pretty good results. The flowers seem to come out quite a bit stronger because they're already used to the elements. And so it's just a really easy, kind of inexpensive way to start your flower seeds. Now, not every cut flower seed or flower seed is good whenever you're using the winter sowing method. You want to look for seeds that like the cooler season or ones that need that cold stratification to germinate. Here is penstemon. So on the back it says germinates best in cooler soils. This is also one that needs a cold stratification period in order to germinate. So penstemon is a really good candidate for the winter sowing method. Let's see, what's another one? Lavender. Let's see if it says anything on the back. Let's grab this one. So lavender is another good one. This is the Munstead variety. And this, usually you'll see it on the seed packet, but right here it says special germination instructions. Seeds germinate better after stratification, a moist cold treatment. So that's a really good indicator as well that lavender would be a great candidate for winter sowing also. Shasta daisy. Let's see here.
Shasta daisy.
That one doesn't really say though.
Is this one?
No, but it does say perennial.
Perennial?
Another thing to look for is this Shasta daisy says perennial. That's also a good indicator that these seeds need cold in order to germinate. In the fall, you know, the seeds, they drop their seed pods, or birds drop the seeds of these plants. And they spend that entire winter season on the ground, and in the spring they start to wake up, giving them that cold stratification period. So anytime you see the word perennial on your seed packet, that's also a good indicator that this would be good for the winter sowing method. So now that we've kind of gone over a little bit of what winter sowing is and some keywords that you can find that kind of tell you when it's appropriate to winter sow, I want to show you 20 cut flower seeds that we are doing this year, growing this year, utilizing the winter sowing method. All right, the first flower on our list are asters. So for asters, I've got a yellow aster, a Valkyrie mix aster, and the salmon Janina aster. These are really pretty. We grew these last year and I really liked them. And then this is a really old seed packet. I'm not sure if it'll germinate, but these are just a single rainbow mix. The next one on my list is Agastache. This is raspberry daiquiri, and this is actually a perennial in my zone. This is perennial in zones 5 through 10. I grew this last year and it was so pretty. It's not very big, but it smelled so good. This is Buplurum. I got this as a cut flower filler from Johnny's. So this Buplurum, I've already started in the winter sowing containers, and it's starting to pop up and look really good. So this is exciting. Another one is carnations. Now, we grew carnations this past year and I started them in seed trays inside, but I was reading that you can winter sow these and they are actually pretty cold tolerant. We have some in containers that are from last year's spring sowing and they still have really pretty foliage on them. So I'm excited to see what these do this year. I've got the Chabot Orange Sherbet. This one is Chabot Marie Yellow. This is one that I grew last year. This one is Chabot Aurora. This one is, this is all different colors. So coral, salmon, blush, pink, and cherry. And then this one is Chabot La France. It was a really pretty soft pink. Calendula is on my list. I really want to dive into all things medicinals this year, and calendula salve is at the top of my list. Delphiniums are one that we're gonna try this year. I haven't had good luck with that one in seed tray, so I'm hoping that winter sowing will work. We've got forget-me-nots, echinacea, feverfew. I've had these seeds for quite a long time. Honestly, I'm not even sure that there's a few left in there. So hopefully those will germinate for us. We've got foxglove here. This is Apricot Beauty.
Ooh, I don't like foxglove. Hopefully nobody eats them.
This is Gaillardia Double Sunset, and I believe this will be a perennial in my zone as well. We've got Gypsophila or Baby's Breath. This will be a filler flowers for our cut flower bouquets. Got lavender. This is the Munstead variety. I did start this in cell trays indoors under my grow lights, and I've had really good germination with those. So we'll see how they do doing the winter sowing method. Penstemon, I've got this Dazzler blend, which is a really pretty pink, and a Rocky Mountain blue. These I did in winter sowing containers already as well. I don't think we've had anything pop up yet. Let's see here. Next, I've got Saponaria, or this is Pink Beauty. This is a filler, I believe. Yep. Excellent cut flower filler for cottage gardens. And this one I winter sowed also already, and it's come up really well. Fingers crossed it continues growing. Here we've got Salvia Rose Rhapsody. This will also be a perennial in my area. Shasta Daisy, I've got two different varieties here. This is Alaska, and then I've got Silver Princess. These have both germinated inside in cell trays already. Next we've got Snapdragons. This is Apple Blossom. And this is a dwarf Kimosi mix. I've had those seeds for a really long time and I've yet to be successful in germinating them. So I got a fresh seed pack to try of those. Next we've got Sweet William, which is a dianthus. This is also, I think this is a perennial here. This says it's a biennial, so we likely won't get flowers out of this year. I have this sown in cell trays underneath my grow lights, and it's up. But I wanted to try them. I wanted to winter sow them as well. And then the last one on my list is Yarrow. This is also a perennial in my zone. Beautiful purple lilac colored blooms. So those are, I think, technically 21 varieties that we are starting using the winter sowing method this year. We are in Zone 7B, Central North Carolina, if for reference.
And don't forget that it's 2023 here.
Let me know in the comments if you are winter sowing and what you're winter sowing.